Welcome to the Case Study Learning Series in International Business by Skilled MBA. Today, we explore the fascinating transformation of Line Corporation from a humble mobile communication tool launched in Japan into a dynamic, diversified tech enterprise with a footprint across Asia and North America. This case unpacks how Line evolved its portfolio of business units, expanded geographically, and now faces critical decisions on resource allocation and strategic direction. Line's story begins in the early 2000s as a mobile communication software developer in Japan. The pivotal moment came in 2011 following the Great East Japan earthquake. In response to disrupted communication channels, the company launched the Line messaging app as a means to help people reconnect with loved ones during the crisis. What began as an emergency tool quickly became a daily necessity. Over the next decade, Line expanded its functions and presence, emerging as a tech brand with a broad and interconnected ecosystem. Line Corporation has expanded far beyond messaging. Today, its portfolio includes 5 major pillars: communication, centered around its flagship messaging app; retail, including Line Friends merchandise and character stores; entertainment, with mobile games and digital content platforms; fintech, covering mobile payments and financial services; AI, focusing on smart services and natural language tech. Together, these pillars form a powerful cross-sector ecosystem, enabling Line to extract value from multiple user touchpoints. The Line messaging app remains the company's foundational product. Launched during a time of national distress, it carried an emotional significance that cemented user trust. Over time, Line differentiated itself through expressive features like stickers and emojis, allowing users to communicate feelings and nuance in ways words alone couldn't. The app became a platform for community building, helping users coordinate, share updates, and build networks. Today, it serves as the gateway to Line's wider ecosystem, anchoring customer engagement across business units. One of Line's most recognizable extensions is Line Friends, a spin-off retail brand featuring iconic characters such as Brown, Connie, and Sally. These characters have become cultural icons in Asia and have gained traction globally due to their visual charm and universal appeal. Operating as a separate business unit, Line Friends has opened branded stores and launched merchandise lines that include apparel, toys, and lifestyle goods. Importantly, this unit diversifies revenue streams, enabling Line to monetize physical goods in addition to digital services. Another portfolio unit is Line Play, a social avatar game that allows users to create digital personas and interact in a gamified environment. With over 75 million users worldwide, it reflects the convergence of gaming, social networking, and virtual commerce. The platform generates revenue through in-app purchases, especially from cosmetic upgrades and virtual goods. However, it has faced a user perception challenge, with some users accusing the app of being overly monetized. Line must now strike a better balance between profitability and user experience to maintain engagement. In the gaming industry, user perception can make or break a platform's success. Initially, the appeal of the game was strong, particularly due to avatar customization features that attracted a wide base of new users. These personalization options created early excitement and user engagement. However, this momentum began to shift as the company increasingly pushed for monetization. Prominent in-app purchases began dominating the user experience, raising concerns among the player community. This led to growing user frustration, with some players accusing the company of being cash-grabbing, which hurt brand trust and loyalty. To sustain long-term success, a clear balance is needed. The company must address these concerns while still maintaining profitability. ensuring that revenue strategies don't come at the cost of user satisfaction. The company's forward-looking strategy includes Line Next, which focuses on NFT and blockchain innovation. This unit aims to create infrastructure for digital collectibles, virtual assets, and the broader Web3 ecosystem. While still early in development, Line Next represents the firm's ambition to lead in emerging digital economies. It also signals a commitment to global expansion, especially as NFT demand rises in regions like the US, South Korea, and Southeast Asia. Geographically, Line operates with dual focus areas. In Asia, it enjoys a dominant position, particularly in Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Thailand. In North America, it is building presence in a vastly different environment, with lower awareness, more competition from tech giants, and different user behavior. Balancing focus between these two regions presents a classic market allocation dilemma, whether to defend share in mature markets or aggressively invest in growth opportunities abroad. This leads us to one of Line's biggest strategic questions: how to optimize resource allocation. Should it prioritize the core business units that generate reliable revenue, or should it direct more resources to high-risk, high-potential verticals like NFT or global expansion? At the same time, there's a need to divide investment between Asia, where Line is strongest, and North America, where growth potential is high but uncertain. Decisions here impact everything, from headcount and product rollouts to capital investment and marketing priorities. A closer look at the Asia versus North America trade-off shows key differences. Factor Asia-North America market maturity, established emerging competition, regional players dominated by US giants, growth potential moderate high but uncertain cultural alignment, strong requires adaptation. While Asia offers predictability and brand familiarity, North America offers scale, but demands localization, patience, and innovation. To guide strategic planning, Line tracks metrics across units. Revenue: how much each unit contributes to overall income. Growth rate: the trajectory of user base and monetization. User base: which platforms attract, retain, and expand customer engagement. Line messaging remains the largest driver in user numbers. Retail and games offer higher margins but smaller reach. NFT and AI remain in early stages, showing fast growth but requiring more investment. These metrics are essential for ongoing portfolio performance reviews. To ensure a balanced, data-driven strategy, Line uses a three-part assessment framework: evaluate current performance, analyze revenue, user engagement, and product health. Analyze future potential. Look at market trends, tech shifts, and competitor moves. Optimize resource allocation. Allocate budgets and talent based on ROI and strategic value. This approach enables dynamic planning so that the company can adapt quarterly and shift resources between business units or geographies as needed. Based on internal analyses, Line recommends a 60-40 geographic investment split, keeping 60% in Asia to protect its base while allocating 40% to North America for growth. In terms of business units, 35% to Line messaging, ensuring continued innovation. 25% to Line Friends, which offers strong margins through licensing and retail. The remainder is distributed across gaming, fintech, AI, and NFTs, prioritizing projects with short-term ROI and long-term strategic value. This portfolio-style approach minimizes risk while ensuring exposure to emerging opportunities. To conclude, Line must navigate a future defined by balance and boldness. It must preserve stability in Asia while pushing for strategic growth in North America. Synergies across units, from character IP to payment infrastructure, should be leveraged systematically. Regular quarterly portfolio reviews will ensure agile responses to market changes. And most importantly, innovation should be focused, investing in areas with measurable impact, scalable models, and user value. As Line matures, its success will depend on its ability to think like a diversified global tech company, not just a messaging app provider. Thank you for joining this deep dive into Line Corporation's portfolio management and global strategy, brought to you by the Case Study Learning Series in International Business by Skilled MBA. Line's story reminds us that even regional tech champions must continuously rethink strategy, balance core strengths with emerging risks, and invest in a future that may look very different from the past. See you in the next case study.